Hello Crafters, so today I want to talk to you about making pom-poms. Now we all know what pom-poms are, those fluffy things made of a ball. If you have two of them together you can make a snowman. If you make one of them and stick a hat on it, you've got a gonk, as they call it, or gnome. Now, okay, you got these fancy devices, but what about the people that don't have these fancy devices? Let's go back to basics. Forget these. Get your cereal box, get a piece of card, whatever you can. Draw two circles. The bigger the circle, the bigger the pom-pom. And then you want to cut two circles out from the inside, which you should have something like this. You are going to want to leave a little gap here. And there is a reason why we want to. It makes it sturdier. So this is going to be for my pom-pom. Why the gap, you ask? You don't want your pom-pom having a gap. Quite simple. The gap is because at some point your yarn is going to be, your yarn ball is going to be too small to go through the centre, too big to go through the centre. So we want the gap to pass the yarn through. And let's just put this way so that if I turn it, it doesn't blind you. All you're going to do to start off is pop yarn in the centre so you've got a place to hold it. Yes, it is this basic to make pom-poms. And all we're going to do is we are going to continuously wrap the yarn around, going from centre to outside. I'm using two yarns at a time, slightly different colours and textures to give this particular pom-pom a little bit of a different feel. So you're just going to keep doing this all the way around, make it as even as you can. Okay, once you've got your pom-pom as full as you can get it, you're just going to cut your ends. Now you've got two options here. I'm going to go for the safer option to show you how to do this today. You can either cut along this and try and catch all your yarns. In fact, yeah, let's do it that way to see how messy it is. I was going to suggest you could take a needle in between and sew it, but no, that's too much. You want to keep a hold of your yarns, otherwise it is all going to get loose and rather messy. And you're going to cut in between the papers like I'm doing. Sorry, I'm not showing you guys this too well. I'm trying to hold on to my pom-pom while staying on camera. So you're literally holding this all together while you put your scissors in between the two pieces of card. And that's where you're going to cut. The other option I was going to mention, which would be easier with the amount of yarn I've gone round, is getting two strands of yarn, putting them into a bobbin needle. The bigger the eye, the easier this will be. Let's just get a bigger needle with a bigger eye, because this is also a doable option. And threading your way through underneath all the pieces, but you will find that really, really tight. You will find that tight, so I do recommend going this way. You can pull off any bits that fall off afterwards. It's not an issue if you've overloaded it like I have. So you're just going in and cutting all the edges. Keep your edges as tight as your yarn pieces as tight as you can to it. I'm going to have to get my other scissors out. I thought my smaller scissors were up to this task. But as you saw with the last video, I've been cutting quite a lot of paper with them so they could do with sharpening. So let's get the big boys out. So just because I've got the big boys out doesn't mean I'm doing anything different. I'm going straight in. If you are a child watching this, I do recommend a parent or guardian to help you. Adult supervision definitely required. So just going to cut all this through. Even these scissors are blunt. I need to sharpen all my scissors up, clearly. Go in between the card. There we go. Almost got it all. Go on, I see what I do now. You've got a handful of yarn bits that are all over the place. You do have to hold on to this tight, everyone. Making pom-poms this way is not the easiest, but it's the way I grew up with. Before you had the plastic gizmos that of course you can reuse, but this is reusing a cereal box, so it's still reusing it. So you've got your basis of your pom-pom. You're going to get your 2 strands of yarn. I recommend 2 so you can tie it tighter. You're going to go in between the cardboards. So don't take them off. You don't want to separate them just yet because that's the only thing that's stopping this from being a hot mess. Go in between the cardboards. Go on, through you go. I never said this would be easy. I said this was fiddly. This is where you find out you haven't cut some of your pieces, but you can go into them and just snip away. There we go. Once you've got it and you've got both ends together, which I am still fighting with, there we go. You're going to tie a very tight knot, otherwise it will come undone. So tie a very tight knot right there, as tight as you can muster it. Place your finger in, tie again. If you want to make it more secure, like I used to do as a child, I never used to trust my knots, especially when it comes to this. Go back round to the front and double tie again as tight as you can. And believe it or not, guys, that's your pom done. See, it can always go tighter. So what do you do now? You've got a load of wool trapped in cardboard. You are going to take it off and trust your crafting abilities. You are going to mesh it up. All these long bits here, totally characteristical of a homemade pom-pom. You're just going to grab your scissors and you are going to shear away. If you are a child doing this, I do recommend putting newspaper down or something to catch all the loose yarns. Otherwise, a parent or guardian may kill you for having yarn all over the floor. These are fun to make. Not so much on the easy side. It's just tidying it up, finding your loose bits. You don't want it too tidy, but you want it tidy enough. Then you can either tie this onto a bag, use this to tie it onto a jumper, but you have your pom-pom. Your pom-pom people. You can do them in any colour, any size, any shape. That's the beauty of using paper. One, you can reuse it a few times before you throw it away. You can do it any size, any shape you want. And just trim it how you would like it. I'll catch you on the flip side, guys. You have now got a pom-pom. If you make 2 of them, you can have a snowman, make a few, have a fake snowball fight, attach them to your jumper for Christmas, attach them to that red hat that you bought from the shop that doesn't have a pom-pom on the end, so you've got a Santa thing. But yes, this is how you make a pom-pom with cardboard. Catch you on the flip side. Bye, guys.